Hi guys, welcome back to another video of what if Lori survived in The Walking Dead. So let's get into it. So we start off by seeing Herschel, who is packing up. And remember, Herschel still has 2 legs here. So this could affect the story a bit, because Herschel having 2 legs, he could end up saving some people with actually like not just being a medic. He could actually fight a little with 2 legs, because in season 3 we saw him fight off some of the walkers, but that was really it. But Herschel still having 2 legs could fight a little bit. And we see Carol, who would come up to Herschel and pack up the supplies with him. And they just start to get know each other a little better, because in the original series they couldn't get to know each other that well, because Carol got kicked out of the group in season 4, but eventually came back, and the governor killed Herschel, so they couldn't really get to know each other that well. I don't think there was any scene of them actually talking, so this would be them just bonding with each other. We'd see Lori, who's practicing how to use a gun, because she wants to be a bit more useful, because most of the time she feels like she's just sitting around most of the time, and she's just taking care of Carl and baby Judith, and she just wants to try being a bit more useful, that's it. And we'd see Eugene and Milton getting along really well. And Rook would see everyone has packed up their stuff to go with Rosita, Eugene, and Abraham. So they're all ready, and they just want to get going already, because if they're lying about the cure, they just want to get back to Woodbury, because the group believe that there's a high chance of Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita just lying. So that's basically the reason why they just want to get back to Woodbury if they're lying, because either way, season 4 Rick would be much more calmer having Lori still alive, because that's the thing that actually broke him and made him insane. And Rick and the others would start to get to the gates, and I'll quickly just show you guys who's a part of the group and stuff, how big the group is, who is in the group right now. So everyone that you're seeing right now is a part of the group, and yeah, that's a whole bunch of people. But well, the group get going, and while they're on the way there, they'd encounter this cabin, and a man would come out of that cabin, and he would tell the group his name is Eastman, and he'd tell that he's friendly and he won't try harming the group or anything like that. And Carl would ask Eastman if he'd like to join them, because they're going to Washington, D.C., and Carl would tell Eastman they know how to find the cure, and they think Eastman could help them find the cure, because Eastman seems like the fighter they need. And yeah, basically Eastman, seeing that he'd have a better chance to survive with the group than being out here, he'd just accept the deal and he'd become a part of the group. Eastman would add all that he wants to do is get that cure, and then Eastman would just say that he just wants to get that cure, and that's it. Then they could Eastman would just be saying afterwards we get this cure, then we could all just rest for a bit somewhere that it seems comfortable for them. And he just wants to find this cure, because he wants things to go back as normal when there was no walkers. But just then, a group of people out in the woods start shooting arrows, and a lot of them end up and their arrows end up hitting a couple people in the groups, which killed them, those being Mika and also Lizzie. And after that, Merle and Oscar and also Rick and also Daryl and also Abraham would all get their guns out, and they'd kill some of the claimers, but some of them end up surviving. And the survivors being Joe, Tony, and Dan, and Len. And Zach, who was still alive here, would tie up all the claimers, like tie up their hands and like put maybe like tape on their face, because he doesn't want them annoying anybody. So after that, Carol and also David would bury Lizzie and Mika. And Daryl would start to comfort Carol to make sure she's okay, and so would Axel try to comfort Carol, because they're like the two closest people to Carol right now. And we'd see Lori, who's going up to Rick asking him what they're gonna do after Washington, D.C., because she's worried about that, and in which Rick would reply he will have a plan, but for now we just have to make that cure for Eugene so the world can go back to normal like how it used to be. Afterwards, we'd see Maggie, who doesn't feel right about the Washington, D.C. plan, so she'd go up to Daryl and she'd basically ask him for like what he thinks about the Washington, D.C. plan, because she doesn't think that it's a good idea overall, and in which Daryl would reply he doesn't either, but because he doesn't believe Eugene actually knows the cure. Daryl would just probably say Washington, D.C. is the best plan we could do right now, but I'm pretty sure that the scientist guy is lying, because they know that Dr. Jenner was probably smarter than Eugene, and he could have made the cure, and they're just not remembering that. And Daryl overall would just talk about Dr. Jenner, because if he could make the cure, with so many materials and stuff, there's no way Eugene could make the cure. Okay, but anyways, guys, that will be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye.